Alright, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be wiring a 20-piece rock light on my 2018 Duramax. I'm going to do 3 each fender well, 2 front, 1 under each door, and then 2 in the back. So far I've gotten this front fender well done, and then I just self-tapped right there and down there. Did the same on the other side. This isn't professional work, but there's a 50% chance it won't catch fire. So these are LED Mercy off of Amazon. All in, everything you need. I'm about $200 in everything. So I'll drop this fender well and install these back here next. Well, I lied. I'm gonna finish wiring. I'm just daisy chaining this right here. This is a neutral off the battery, and then this one goes to the fender well where the lights are all hooked up. And then the long positive, that's from the lights, so I'll daisy chain this to that one, then so on. And this one will go up to the switch, and then we'll have one go up to the switch, and then one come off and daisy chain with the other power. You don't have to solder these, but you can get away with using those butt connectors or whatever they're called. But, oops. I got a Milwaukee soldering gun. So this was the long one, so this one will just daisy chain. This is, I believe, either 16 or 18 gauge wire. You're probably supposed to use that heat wrap, but you can get away with electrical tape. It's same difference. May look uncoordinated, but it's just like 20 degrees in here, so. And get your solder, see if it's warm enough. May have to wait for I gotta wait a second for my gun to warm up. So I'll go ahead and get the negative, strip it. Yeah, ew. Oops. This may not be as good. I was gonna use my GoPro and head mount, but I guess the cold killed the battery. I just charged it and left it in the car, and it's already dead again. So it's as good as it's gonna get. So these will just go to this light here. We'll just run that wire. Wait a minute, will that reach there? Not quite. Like I said, this isn't professional, but it'll work. Alright, what's wrong with my gun? Swap batteries. One of my batteries hasn't been working. I'll try to edit some of this out, but if not, I'm not very good at editing yet, so if not, you'll just have to wait with me. What's wrong with my gun? So far, this Milwaukee soldering gun's been good, but every now and then it backs up a little bit. My batteries are fully charged, but it just takes a minute to turn on. Well, guess I'll come back to soldering them. So this one will run up this grommet here. It's with my sub wire, so I'll run the positive and negative up there. And then one off of here. This will be the load, and this will be the power from the battery. And that's just the neutral. So I haven't mounted my switch yet because it's plastic panels and I had trouble getting them off without breaking anything. Anyways, tuck that in there for now. I got wire loom. I'll run all this through, but I left it up at the house. Alright, gun works now. So I'll put y'all right there. This may not be the right way to solder, but it holds, so it's really all that matters. Do not think this is all going to be in one part, because I just started and I am freezing. Stupid thing. Alright, now we should be good. And we'll still have to run one off of that. I'll have to remember that. And we'll come back and tidy them all up. And then still have these connected to the reel, so I'll run these down to this one. Just give it a guesstimate snip about in there. These aren't hard to wire, they're just very time consuming. It's better if you do it in summer instead of 20-degree weather. Still have to daisy chain off of these, but just so they don't fall apart, I'm gonna go ahead and solder these real quick. My last truck I wired these, I just use the butt, I think they're butt connectors, and electrical tape, and they held up just fine. So you don't have to, if you don't have a soldering gun, you don't have to solder them. That's a short piece. Oh no, it's not good. My last solder just fell off. I guess I didn't get it very good. I'll go through and tape all these and then throw wire loom on them so they'll be secure. So I better solder them a little better. That one, I'll go over this one again. You can, I'll show you, test them. You can stick these in a Milwaukee or DeWalt, whatever you got, and see how your placement looks before you actually, like these, I use self-tappers. So before you place those, you can test how they look there. I'll stick these in a battery and show y'all the progress so far. Oh, get on there. This little stranded wires hurt in the cold. I'm not any good at soldering on. I just slap it on until they don't fall apart, so. See if I can't get a battery on these and light these. Let's see, there's one there and 3 in the fender wells. Just take one of these batteries, stick red and positive and black and negative. Get off of there. Hard thing is trying to keep them in the battery and look at your lights at the same time. It's kind of a pain. I'll try to get one in and the other pulls out. Maybe I won't show y'all, but I'm trying. This won't be the quickest how-to video, but try my best. I think those are too thick to even function. We'll get them in the battery. So then I'll just run all this up there. I'll put wire loom on it, and then I'll zip tie it up top, so I'll come through and show y'all once I do that. And you won't even see any red or black, just wire loom like this, just so it'll be a pretty clean install. So now we got the jumper from the fender well to this one. So now we're gonna jump from this one to the one on the next door, which is somewhere down there. So let's move to that one. I'm trying out one of these gimbal ordeals, whatever they are, the phone holders, so bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Am I zoomed in? Hold on. Bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll try to edit some of this out. Alright, so now there's the light. I'm gonna get the... Can I zoom out on this thing? I will edit this out. I'm just... If I don't, then I don't know how, but... What did I do? Ah, there we go. Look at that. So next, I'm gonna take the wire. I'm gonna run it behind this body mount here, and up here, then to this one right there. So I can clip these in those little mounts there for now. So I'll get the wire ran real quick. I'm actually gonna run them, and then I'm gonna solder them over there so I don't keep pulling them loose. So we'll actually come back over here. It looks like a mess now, but trust the process. Strip that. At this rate, I don't know if I'm staying up. I'll probably I'll at least do the switch installation separate, because I am not doing that tonight. I don't know what y'all can see, so hopefully you can see something. Okay, we got the positive. Now don't really know what happened there. All intertwined, but that's what wire loom and electrical tape's for. I'll probably come and just stick pieces of electrical tape there just to neaten them up for now. I'll put a material list in the description for everything you'll need. And then with this, if you leave them attached to the rails like that, sorry you can't see nothing, leave them attached, you can pull out all the slack, and then it'll make a lot neater of a cleanup when you do your wire loom. And then we'll come back, tape all the solder points. I should have went under that. It'll be alright. It's a big wire harness. I should have went under, but I didn't see it at that point. So. These, I'll actually cut these long, and then I can show y'all I'll actually have room to stick them in the battery. I think y'all can see something, maybe. I can't see my phone from here. We got the positive. If you have enough wire, it's pretty easy to do. Get over here. Alright, I'll show y'all what we got so far. So that's 3 each fender well. I'll go shut the lights off over here. So far that is 4 lights. We do have a little shadow on the frame, but we have none on the floor, so that was really all I was worried about. For Amazon lights, I think they're pretty good quality. So I think it'll be bright once we get all 20 wired. If we ever get all 20 wired at this rate. There's my Raptor 700. It doesn't run right now. I've messed with it a little bit, but anybody shows interest in it, I'll try to get it running and make videos on it. But as of right now, it's just sitting pretty. I replaced the fuel pump, throttle position sensor, I think a couple other things. And it ran good for a while. Then it just started running like crap, and now it don't run at all. So and I really haven't felt like messing with it lately, so it's just been sitting pretty. Get y'all where you can see. So I left these a little long just so I could hook them up to the lights. So I'm gonna trim them again, about there. And then strip both of these ends. Only got to strip about, man, where'd that come from? Stupid thing broke from the, I guess I pulled on the wire when I did that. It broke from that first spot. It broke the first time. Well, guess I'll have to go back to the start again. I guess I don't solder that one good either time. I kind of just glob it on there. I don't try real hard, but where's my soldering gun? The longest part is probably dropping the fender wells and then mounting all them, but if you don't have fender wells, I'd suggest trying to find some, just because it's hard to make wires look good without them. But I'm picky about how wires look, so if you're not picky, I guess you can just rig something up, but I like having fender wells. It's kind of a pain trying to separate these wires. All the solder and soldering gun. Comes in handy if you'd have somebody help you, but okay. Now we gotta go back. I'll just cut this out, and I'm just gonna solder this front one again. I guess I see from there. I guess I yanked on it too hard and the solder wasn't too good, so I'm gonna go solder that one and I'll be right back. Alright, I fixed my solder point I broke. So now I'm gonna try to make, if I can figure it out, I'm gonna try to make sections on here so y'all can skip through the boring stuff, but I'm still new to this stuff, so I can't promise I can do that, but I'll give it a shot. Now we're on the second one in the middle, so we'll daisy chain off of this one, and then we'll have to drop the fender well, and we'll put 3 in the rear fender well. Oh. So now, I'd like to get all these working tonight, but I don't know if I feel like putting the switch on or not. It's already about 10 or 11 past my bedtime. Okay. I know my soldering ain't any good, but if it holds, then it's good enough for me. Well, this one ain't even holding, so see how hot that is. I blame it on the cold. Can't do nothing with my fingers. Can't even feel them. Just glob it on there till it looks right. That's all I do. Oh, I should have ran the wire from, see, I have another, don't do what I did. Run all your wire from that end. Leave your reel on that end. Oops. And then you can go through all these body mounts and all that crap. But now I'm going to either have to roll it out and cut it or try to fit the reel through there. But I'll see what I can do. I think I'm gonna go ahead and tape up some of these so I don't get too far ahead of myself. Make sure on these positives and negatives right there. Well, no, I can't tape those up yet. But make sure you tape all your solders up good, or connections up good, or you'll keep blowing a fuse and you'll have to undo everything and try to find your contact where they're touching, so it's a lot easier to check your work now than check it when you're all done, if that makes any sense. That clamp holds good. Get out of there. I would just leave it in that clamp, but then I can't put it in my wire loom, so I'm just gonna take her out of there. Oh, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. There, oops. Let's see, I'm just putting little sections of tape here so it'll be easy with when I come back for the wire loom. See these little, this is a I don't keep this as clean as my Camaro over there, but this is a work truck, so it'll be alright. And then on these connections, it'd probably be easier. See if y'all can see that. It'd be easier to get some of that heat shrink, but I always just run a piece of tape and then wrap them separately. Yeah. Just wrap them separately, so make sure they're not touching. It's kind of hard to get in between them, but yeah. See, and then once you have them wrapped separate, and then I just wrap them together to hold them in place there. So I'll just like I said, I'll have wire loom, so if it's not pretty now, it'll be pretty later. And that just runs through there. And we'll do the same thing over here, which I'll probably, where's that? Make sure I didn't lay on that soldering gun. That thing gets a little warm. I might go through and cut this out, or this might just be a really long video. We'll see how good I am at editing, but I don't have much faith in it. Wrap that there. I like wiring it like this a lot better than some kits they make like pre-wired. Where'd my tape go? But then you just have big bunches of wire you have to hide. I hate how messy that looks. So, ow, stabbed myself. So I prefer this clean look. One thing I'd suggest is get one of these batteries and hold on. What's wrong with my? Bear with me. There we go. Test your work every now and then, because if you have an issue, just test it with one of these batteries, and then if you have an issue, you'll know it's which section you're in, instead of checking all 20 lights. Hold on. I'm messing with my gimbal thing here. I've only used this a couple times, so. And then we'll just tape this up again. Yeah, you can make this, you do your own wiring, you can make it look a lot neater than the plug and play. I'm sure the plug and play takes a lot less time, but I think it's worth it. So now I'll run all this wire through there and to this fender well. So I'll have to take this off and this fender well, and I got about all kinds of those little T20, I think they're T25 screws. So I'll take this off and I'll get back to you. Alright, on this rear there is two, see if I can see there's a bolt there. On the other side, a T25 I believe. And there's two 10 mil on the bottom of these, there and there. And then these are all plastic clips. So you'll just, they're kind of cold, so. And you just, oops. It sounds bad, but I don't think I broke. Yeah, I didn't break nothing. They do seem kind of sketchy, so. There we go. And they just have those little pull tabs there. And they have these which just pop off of there. And now, I could probably, the front one you have to take that fender off because it holds the liner in, but the rear, I really think you could get away with leaving that fender on. See all the fender liners under there, it's not under the fender, so I probably just wasted my time, but now I'm gonna take all these out and drop this liner here. Alright, finally got that fender well out. Took me about 10 minutes to get that out. This you have to pull from this, it sits up under this lip, so you have to pull it out, all out from the front. I didn't realize this till I was done. There's a little handle up here, you can kind of reach up there and grab it. I think that's what that's for anyways, but I think, I'm not really sure where I'm gonna put these. They'd all be, I don't really want them to be visible. They might have to be. Kind of thinking about putting one there, and then one over there, and one in the middle there. Let me zoom out. Then, I don't know, you might just have to see them all. Might just do 1, 2, 3. I think that's what I'll do. I don't think I'm gonna measure. It should be pretty easy to eyeball. I can center that one up with that crevice, and these I can just kind of put them in line on the sides there. So I'll get my drill bit and then I'll go ahead and drill those out. Hit that down there. Can't really mark these with a Sharpie, so I'm just gonna set it on there. So I just set it on there. Might do farther this way, probably about right there. That looks pretty center there. It's in line with, the middle's in line with that. So then make sure you don't move off of that hole or you'll have trouble with the bolts. And then the wire will come off the bottom, so I'll drill a little hole right there for the wire. Just make sure you don't go too close to the bolt hole or you'll have issues bolting it on there. You could be precise, but I just give her a good guesstimate. About right there. Then These things are pretty durable, so you can throw them around a little bit. Wire goes through like that. And there's the bolt hole. There's the bolt hole. These come with all the bolts and nuts you'll need. Except I used self-tappers for the sides. Just gonna hold this in place for now. Oops. Yeah, I could have made my bolt holes a little, could have used a little bigger bit, but make sure they're snug on there. Okay, got the first one, and that's pretty center with that there. So next, we'll do the sides. And I don't know if I should put them up there. I don't know. Let me think. I think I might put them up high and have one. Then I only see one. See, like, I don't really like being able to see them. And this one would hang down lower in the front. So I think I'm gonna put them up high. Maybe right there. Then I'll still have plenty of light shine down. And you won't see all 3 of them. I think I'll do that. I hate being able to see them. Oops. And all the wires should reach where I don't have to run a jumper, so it should work. It's kind of hard to line up with the wire sticking out the back. Think y'all can see. I'm just double guessing myself, but I think that'll be all right. I think that's what I did in my last truck, and I think it turned out pretty good, so we'll give her a shot. Wire will be on top on this one, so just go a little above. Can't really see that. Okay. And stick the wire through there. It's nice to put them where the back of the wire here all reaches each other on the back side, because I combine them all in the middle. If not, you'll have to run a little jumper, and that's kind of a pain, so if you can, it's nice to save yourself a little bit. Oh no, I think my gimbal died. My little gimbal ordeal died. It fell upside down. So I'll try my best to record this with my hand. Kind of hard to work with one hand. Okay, and then see, this will be standing like this. See how you can kind of see that one? You'll only see that one instead of all three, and they'll still shine down good, so that should work out pretty good. So I think it'd look kind of tacky to see all three right there, so I would put them all up top, but there's not a good spot to mount because there's a big dip right there. Be off to the side or something, and I don't really like that, so I think this should work out pretty good. I'm gonna try to set my phone up. It's kind of a pain not having that little tool. Bear with me here. I think y'all can see maybe a little bit. Let y'all socket set. Do the same thing on this side. These bolts are kind of long, so I should be able to, I didn't realize this side's different than that side a little bit, so I should be able to get it like that. Worst case, I can put one bolt in it, and it should be plenty strong. I should have looked at that before I did that. What are you gonna do? So, kind of hard to do by yourself. So I'm gonna drill one right there. Make sure you don't drill into your wire. That's what I about just did. And the wires on that side, we'll drill one. This one is kind of, I do kind of have to rig this side up, so it's not like the other side. And you just poke your wire through. Maybe, if I can get it. I think the little pieces of plastic are screwing me over there. And we'll get our first bolt in there. Yeah, those, I could probably use a little bigger drill bit. Pretty snug fit. think that bolt is just long enough to go through that. There's a big dip right there. It's just barely long enough to get a couple threads. Throw all these lock nuts on the back of there. So this is what we got so far. And then I run them all to the center. I'll splice them all from there. Alright, so I got all these tidied up. Well, they're not tidied up, but they're all twisted together. I wouldn't suggest this, but it works. My soldering gun, I can't get it to work. I don't know if my batteries are bad or what, but I'm just gonna twist these together and I'm just gonna tape these really good. I got them twisted pretty good. So I'm just gonna tidy these up back here, tighten the bolts, and then I should be good. I'm not gonna finish these tonight, but I wanna put this fender well back on, so I got this daisy chain, and I'm just gonna tie it up, zip tie it back here, so I can just drive the truck and come back whenever, but yeah, that's how it looks. So I'm just gonna tape all these together and I'll show y'all when I'm done. All right, there's it all tidied up. I got all the connections taped up. Just tried to make it look pretty. On the front fender wells, the back don't matter, but I'd make a connection point, because on the front, a lot of times you have to take the fender wells off to work on anything on the motor or suspension, anything like that. So it saves the hassle of having to cut them and re-splice them. So the back don't matter because you ain't gonna be doing anything back here, but I tested them and they work. So I'm gonna bolt this up and I'll show you the finished product. All right, I got it all bolted on. Hindsight, I didn't realize, see there's, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of a bulge right there. I didn't realize the bolts were kind of long and hit the bedside, but as hard as that was to take down, it really doesn't bug me. So I'll shut the lights off and show you all what it looks like. So far we have 3, 6, we have 8 lights on this side. So see, it's pretty bright, so no shadows so far. So this video will be pretty long, but when I was doing them, I could barely find any videos on how to do them. So if you have any questions, just comment down below, and I tried to explain everything the best I could, but I'm done for tonight. I think it's about 12 o'clock. So it took me about 2 hours for this. So all together, it'd probably be about 5 to 6 hours, because I did some of this off camera, and plus the switch, I haven't done that yet. So I'll do the switch next video, so look out for that. I'll try to do it tomorrow, but I can't promise nothing. But I'm done for tonight. I'm freezing, so but thank y'all for watching. Comment if you have any questions.